Today is an exciting day for the tourism industry. Indeed, today is a historic day for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent months, we have seen the addition of a significant number of rooms in our tri-island state. And we are well aware that work is progressing smoothly in two internationally recognized brands, even as we speak. But today, we see the launch of a very impressive hotel brand, Six Senses. Grenada has certainly caught the attention of the world, and we are seeing the results in our growing visitor numbers and the many positive reviews we have received in recent times. On the heels of a double-digit growth, 24%, 2018 over 2017, and a landmark total visitor arrival of over 500,000 persons in 2018, Grenada again recorded positive growth in the first half of 2019, that is January to June of this year. Stay-over market grew by 3.81%, with over 82,000 visitors staying in our hotels, guest houses, and accommodations. Ladies and gentlemen, this does not take into account the phenomena we saw in recent times, in recent months. And I'm looking at the period July 15th, 2019 to August 13th. And I don't think I need to explain that period. We saw in excess of 37 persons visiting our countries. 37,000, sorry, visitors to our shores. And nearer to the carnival season, the 19 days prior to carnival or to Spice Mars, we recorded in excess of 13,000 visitors to our shores. And this is an increase of over 7% on the past year, 2018. The US accounts for 45% of our market share, and soon we will have 4 international gateways from that source market for the upcoming winter. And that includes JFK, New York, Miami International, Atlanta, and Charlotte, North Carolina, beginning in December with American Airlines. These gateways are hubs which would provide connectivity from worldwide, especially when we're looking at the impressive connectivity of Charlotte. We know that Grenada is in for a bumper 2019 and 2020 overall. Energetic efforts are currently being made to maintain and also improve airlift from Europe, particularly from UK. And you will hear more about that in other times. I want to now return to room stock. By the end of 2018, we had licensed 2,242 rooms. And this current room stock is expected to grow by 30% by the end of 2022. Range and Six Senses will play a major role in this regard. Room stock and airlift are integrally linked. One cannot succeed with the other. You talk to potential investors, they ask you about the airlines that are coming to your country. You talk to the airlines for more airlift into your country, they ask you about your room stock. So it is a chicken and an egg situation, but some people, like Range and Six Senses, they do not wait for the airlines to come. They come with the quality rooms, and the airlines will follow. Thank you, Range. Thank you, Six Senses. Brothers and sisters, as we negotiate for more airlift, the existing room stock, and the promise of real increased growth, they play a critical role as leverage for more seats and for more front-end seats, particularly, because the type of hotels we have, the guests for those hotels will certainly be demanding front-end seats. This is a further reason why we welcome the Range development and the Six Senses La Sagesse Resort Project. This project involves two iconic entities in the industry. Range and Six Senses bring to the industry an indisputable high level of expertise and excellence developed over several years in various regional and international destinations. And you did hear in depth some of the areas where they have done their work before and continue to do. And their facilities and accommodations are indeed world-renowned. Six Senses owns 11 resorts and 28 spas, and you've heard about the spas. For those of us who are just looking for a massage, that is the place to go. But we heard the anti-aging thing, and I'm sure that struck a bell with several of us. I want Six Sense to put me #1 on the list. And they have those facilities in 20 countries. So you start in Grenada, you go to other destinations, you come back to Grenada, and the treatment continues. Ladies and gentlemen, brand matters. We do want a wide range of hotels, types of hotels, but we know what we've been hearing, the hotels that are spoken about more frequently and in various circles internationally. These are the top brands. And I see some of the top brand hoteliers right here, the directors of those hotels. But since this is a Range Six Sense thing, I wouldn't call your name, but I think the public is well aware that you receive quite a lot of commendations from visitors to our shores. So Six Senses La Sagesse will feature 2 luxury 5-star hotels. Wish I could say one was going somewhere else, but Brother Oliver has the 2. Oceanfront villas, spas, retail and water sports facilities. And that, of course, will bring not only additional room, but variation in the type of accommodation, in the type of services that are provided to make our guests have the experience that they come to Grenada for. Of course, that cannot take away from the hospitality of our people. I know they're going to be called hosts. I'm sure they're going to be loving that. But one of the greatest features, and Six Senses, you could not have chosen. You said it yourself, but I want to reiterate, you could not have chosen a better country. We have the best people on earth. I think Eden started right here, and Adam and Eve didn't play anything. And Eden continues in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So Ranges Park Hyatt in St. Kitts and Cabot Resort and Spa in Dominica have been mentioned, and they leave us, for what we have heard, they leave us in high expectation and anticipation of what is coming for Grenada. Because the general trend is that you outdo yourself for the last project you did. And so we expect higher standards, we expect something more, and I'm sure Range and Six Senses would not let us down. We also look forward for your humanitarian projects, and I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique for the early start you have given with the book bags and the wheelchairs, which are two, they seem not to mesh with each other, but they are 2 important items that are for the old and the young. So yeah, we applaud you for that, because they say a nation is judged by how it treats its young people and its elderly. And so congratulations to Range and Six Senses for your humanitarian actions. I am certainly excited. A little disappointed that we didn't get it up on the Western Coast, but you know, I am just happy for Brother Oliver Joseph and the people of St. David's. I am also happy that the product, that the tourism industry is moving a little bit out of the South. Not that we envy the South for what it had, because we know our Grandans Beach, out of the first 20 top hotels in the world, Grandans came #1. So it's no wonder people want to gravitate around #1. But then I heard that La Sagesse Beach was #9. So either ways, people will get a beautiful beach in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We must also not forget that the black mineral sands in various other parts, especially on the western side, they do have health values as well. So this will certainly change our rural tourism landscape, bring tourism, because I have always felt, and I think it's our government's philosophy, that tourism, that the city, the town, and the town areas must not be the only ones for development. And I'm extremely happy to see that tourism is moving into the rural areas. And I know for sure that while the majority of persons who get jobs would be from St. David's with a large population, is it the largest in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? Close to. The South is saying no. But, you know, although the majority of jobs will be held by people from St. David's, but I'm sure in a small island like ours, people from St. Mark's, St. John's, from St. Patrick's, St. Andrews, from St. George's Northwest. I want to get it right, you know. PM always remembers when you make mistake. So, St. George Northwest, and all over, somebody will get a job. And if it were not directly, first of all in the construction phase, and if it's not with the host category, but also the farmers, they're disseminated island-wide. And we have a wonderful project already started where we are seeking to strengthen the ties between the hotel industry and agriculture. And Mohammed would remember, just a few days ago when we spoke, the Minister for Agriculture and myself, we said to him, we have to start talking tourism, agri-tourism. And we will be talking to him about that, but I'm happy to hear about the farm to table. You can only do a farm to table if you're on the farm, and if you're using the produce from the farm. You can't import it and bring it to the table. The tourists will be... Thank you, and I know our farmers. So, you know, the reach of this industry and of this project specifically is not only about St. David's. That's why we are so excited. We are so happy for the project being in St. David's. So, Brother Oliver Joseph, kudos to you and the best to your people from St. David's. My brothers and sisters, the future of Grenada's tourism is bright. My team is motivated and we are working. Success can only beget success. And if Range and Six Senses are being successful everywhere else, when they come to Eden, they can only be more successful. And after that prayer by Brother Macphail, I know everything will be all right. So we know we can count on good things happening. We will attract more investment, more brands, and more visitors to our shores. We can hardly wait to see what comes. So we have great expectations. I thank you, the investors. I thank you, Range, Six Senses, and all of those who have played an important role in bringing such a prestigious brand to our shores. May God richly bless us.